Hi Cancer, welcome to your February 2019 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your support. It truly means the world. So with that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what the month ahead has in store for you, Cancer. What are your actions and your interactions with the world at large saying or doing this month? And this month you got the Devil card. So really, you know, the Devil card is about addiction and attachment, right? It's about the things that we hold on to that are no longer of any good for us. The fact that this comes up in your actions and your interactions with the world at large really, for me, feels very much like it's saying to you, you know what, you've got to go beyond what you feel. You've got to go beyond what is evident, what is at the forefront. The Devil card always talks about, the way that the Devil card comes up, in my opinion, is it's about what you need to let go. And the Devil card is basically saying to you, your actions and your interactions this month, so for the whole of February, it looks like you're releasing something. It looks like you're letting something go. This could be a person, it could be an object, it could be a habit, you know, anything in that kind of way. Now it is the personality, not necessarily the personality, but it is the attribute of the crab to cling to something with the pincers, right? This month, your actions are basically you going through the motions of releasing something, of letting something go, of saying, you know what, I'm no longer going to allow this attachment to this person, this thing, this experience, this object, this habit. I'm no longer going to allow it to have power over me. And that is the thing, when you see the figure, it's like a devil card, obviously, Raph. It's a devil holding two people in chains, right? This is about you making conscious steps and conscious actions towards freeing yourself from someone or something that is holding you back. You've already had the realization, and we've seen that in a lot of your weekly readings. This month, the month of February, is where you're going to be saying to yourself, no, I need to separate myself or remove myself from this situation. And by doing so, I'm going to free up a lot of internal space and a lot of my own power. This is about you taking your power back this month, Cancer, but you're doing it by letting go of some kind of attachment that is no good for you. Your money and your materials card jumped straight out. Your money and materials this month rather, you've got the Nine of Wands. I got to be honest with you, it feels for me like this month you are speaking, especially for some of you, on what has held you back financially. And for some of you, it's about a who has held you back financially. And the words that I'm hearing are, I was better off on my own. I was better on my own. You know, whatever that means to you, however that comes across to you, your money and your materials this month are basically saying you need to take control of them as well. The Nine of Wands always sees us not being able to speak on something or being a little bit battered and bruised by the journey we've taken. The fact that you've got the Devil card here in your actions and your interactions, and there's something that you're releasing, means that in your money and your materials this month, you're going to have to kind of roll with it and just say, look, you know what, now that I've had this realization and this understanding, I can let that go. I can say, you know what, that might not have been the best experience for me, but I can move past it. It really feels for me like you're having a double realization. And this month, your money and your materials, it's like in your financial sector, when it comes to the money, whether it comes to savings, whether it comes to earnings, you're saying to yourself, wow, you know what, I have given a hell of a lot and I'm not really prepared to give anymore. And I think that's good for you, Cancer, because it means that you're now getting to a point where you're being, and I say this, you know, with all love and respect, because sometimes it really is needed for all of us. You're getting more selfish this month. You are actually saying to yourself, right, you know what, up until now, I have had kind of a period of the chips being down, and that's because I'm always footing the bill for somebody else, or I'm always shelling out for something that isn't necessarily something to do with me. It's kind of like, you know, this whole nurturing aspect about you sees you not really wanting or to see anybody else go without. But this month you're asking to get really self-centered and say, look, you know what, your finances and your money and materials and even your overall abundance is only going to improve when you really start to take responsibility for just yourself. Don't get me wrong, obviously if you've got children and stuff it's different, you know, you have that, but equally even in that sector, are you just giving and saying yeah I'll do everything for the kids, and at the end of the month it's like, okay, well the budget that's left is £5 for me to buy myself a new outfit? It's a bit disparate, you know. If you what you're being asked to do is really look at being responsible for yourself when it comes to finances and no longer footing the bill for other people to live. That's, you know, effectively what it comes down to. So in your communications with the world at large, you got the Ace of Pentacles. Now this is good because it suggests that when you start saying no to people, when you start regulating your finances and speaking your truth and saying, look, you know what, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, and ultimately in the middle, this is what I won't do. When you start speaking your truth and speaking up and speaking out, the Ace of Pentacles is going to be there ready to bless you. So when you take responsibility and say, look, you know what, I've got to stop being or doing for other people, this will be it. This will be when you really start to see, okay, that works, that happens, that you know, it kind of builds on that. Also, in terms of your communications, you will be having a lot of conversations about money and materials this month. You know, this really feels for me like you're not necessarily going to go on a rampage, but you are kind of going to be, right, you know what, time to clean house, time to put foot to bum, yeah? And it really feels like you're speaking up and out. But also, excuse me, a lot of you Cancerians will be going for job interviews. It really feels like a lot of you are reaching out. This is like where you're either deciding to change your work or deciding to go back to work. That's the feeling that I get from this. And it's in large part because you don't like the experience that you're having when it comes to money. You know, can't really say it much clearer than that. So your heart and your half, this is your emotional sector, relationship with family, friends, siblings, possibly other. And this month you get, you've got the King of Pentacles, which is a great card actually, especially to have right next to the Ace of Pentacles, because it kind of suggests that you will not only be taking more responsibility for yourself, but your success and your abundance, they rely on your personal relationships. If you've got an idea that you feel might be lucrative for you, reach out and speak to people about it. In terms of those of you that are going for jobs, it almost suggests like a family member is going to suggest something to you that ends up being the thing that will lead you to more financial abundance or stability. It also feels to me like in your personal relationships, this really is about you taking, almost like you're delegating. And it feels to me like you're saying to people, right, from now on, we're all going to have responsibilities. I will take on board mine and everybody else can take on theirs. It really feels like you're kind of, you know, you're kind of doing the work, you know, and that's not necessarily going to work, but it is about the relationships that you have. You're delegating what feels right. So, you know, whether it's tidying the place up, you can say, right, well, one person can do this, one person can do that, and I'll do this. It's about really sharing the responsibility. That's what it feels like this month. You're going to be saying to people, right, I'm not doing all of this on my own anymore, whether it's financial, whether it's physical, whether it's, you know, emotional even. It really feels like this month you're going to say to people, right, I need help. And these are the things or the responsibilities that other people are going to have to assume. Bloody hell, I'm having a real hard time speaking today. First week of February, you've got the Magician card right underneath the Devil card. You will manifest what you choose to manifest. If you sit and wallow in self-pity and say, oh, you know, I can't get past this thing, or I can't let them or it go, that is the experience you will continue to have. The Magician card is a powerful card of manifestation, and it always talks about what, you know, what we're saying to ourselves and what we're saying to the world. The Devil card is asking you to cut the tie, and the Magician is giving you the power to do it. The second week of February, you've got the Judgment card right underneath the Nine of Wands. So the reckoning is coming, basically, Cancer. This is basically saying you're about to call somebody or something out for exactly what and who it is, and more importantly, you're going to speak up on what it is or how it is that somebody has held you back. That doesn't mean that you're supposed to give away your power and put the blame solely on somebody else. You've got to assume you're part of the responsibility. But yeah, the second week of Feb, it looks very much like you're about to say, look, you know what, this is no longer happening. You're going to speak up on something, and you know, it might upset a few people's apple carts, but so be it. If it makes a better future for everybody involved, go forward with it. Third week of February, the High Priestess right underneath the Ace of Pentacles. This suggests that there is either some kind of money that you're entitled to or is coming to you that you don't yet know about. So the third week of September, what are you talking about, Raph? Third week of February, be very aware and very alert when it comes to all things money-wise, financial-wise. If there are any documents or pieces of paper that need to be signed that are to do with finance, be very, very clear on them. If you can get a second opinion, be really clear on it, and also check in with your gut. This is you, Cancer. This is the card for Cancerians, apart from the Chariot as well. But you know, the High Priestess is about the intuitive side of Cancer, you know, the side that is able to really pick things up psychically or otherworldly. So tap into that ability. And yeah, like I said, you'll be talking about money is really dominating this reading. Money, finances, what I have, what I don't have, why I have it, why I don't have it. All of that's really going to be coming up this month. And like I said, in the third week of February, it looks like there's some kind of paperwork or document or something that's taking place. And if that is the case, just be sure to get a second opinion if you can. If not, really tap into that gut of yours and ask what's going on. But yeah, like I said, it also looks like some sort of money that you might be entitled to that you weren't aware of or sure about. Looks like it could be making its way to you, so it's not all negative. And then finally, the fourth week of Feb, you've got the Fool card right underneath the King of Pentacles. This really, the words that I'm hearing in my mind as I look at these two cards is, we're doing things differently from here on in. So the fourth week of Feb, you are going to put some changes in place. Like I said, you might upset some people by doing it, but ultimately it's going to be best for all people involved. And I really like that. And you've got the Fool card right next to the High Priestess as well, which, you know, always suggests that there is something or someone new that is about to make itself known. So keep that in mind. And then you've got the Ace there as a new beginning. So yeah, interesting, very interesting. Let me know how it shapes up for you in the comments. Your key to the month, you got the World card. Something is coming to a close. You are removing or releasing something from your life this month, Cancer. And I got to say to you, you may well try to hang on to it or them for dear life, but it's not going to work. I just have to tell you that honestly. With the Devil card there and the World card, there is some sort of close, some sort of ending that happens for you this month, and it really is for your highest best and your highest good, so follow that. And then finally, with your because it's February, we've got Valentine's Day. This is a little bonus card for everybody. All readings and all signs rather have had this, and it's for whether you are single or whether you are taken. And this month you get the Eight of Cups. Very interesting, because I think Gemini got this same card. So if you are single, this suggests that you're closing the door, especially with the key to the month. It suggests that you're closing the door to what and who has hurt you in the past, which means that you're going to be in a space to really open yourself up to love. It means that you're really going to put yourself in the space of saying, you know what, I deserve more, I deserve better. For those of you that are coupled, it really suggests that you're getting back to happier times, but the way that you do this is getting through this this conversation of what is expected from each other. Are there expectations? Are the expectations realistic? Do they work? Do they not work? For those of you that are coupled, you will get past your issues this month, but it will rely very heavily on you addressing the emotional impact of decisions that have already been made. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a brighter message than that. So with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have an amazing month, and I will see you very soon for more videos. Take care.